Hello, my pickles. I just got back from the best walk. The most beautiful full moon in December. It was gorgeous. It was like goldeny white. It wasn't quite, you know, white, but there was some gold in it. It was beautiful. And I listened to an interview with Abel James. He was being interviewed by 180 Fitness, something like that. And I subscribe to it on my YouTube channel so you can see what it is. And it's these two Aussies. And they were interviewing Abel. It was made a year ago. And it was very, very interesting. And the two Aussies seemed to get turned on to this whole way of eating, I'm thinking, by reading Wheat Belly, which is by Dr. William Davis, followed up with his Total Health book a year later. And so they talked about a whole variety of things, and a food plan. And I love it. I love it. They asked him what he had to eat so far that day. And he said, I just love this question. And I love to ask other people, but, I can tell that some of them feel a little food shame because sometimes they talk about what they don't do and they have naughties. But he had bulletproof coffee and then 2 or 3 other cups of coffee with 3 tablespoons of heavy cream in them. And he was planning a feast that night: sirloin steak, salad, bone broth. I can't remember what else, but he had something like 8 interviews in that one day. So he was a very busy man. But one of the biggest things that they talked about was sleep. And almost 3 gentlemen all agreed that they keep very strict going to bed hours. It seems like Abel's a little bit younger, so he's got a little bit more socializing and partying in him for the weekend. But for the most part, they live a very quiet lifestyle, and these 2 Australian men do too. And one of them teased the other about, like, nobody is more fanatic about his sleep and his bedtime habits than so-and-so. So it was delightful. And as most of you know, I am fat adapted. I follow the modified keto food plan, meaning that for a total amount of carbs, sometimes it goes all the way up into 50, and then I subtract the net carbs, so it's like 40. So I'm usually, on a good day, I'm hovering between, like today, I have 22 grams of carbs with 5 grams of fiber, so I'm at 17 grams. So that's very, very good. And I like that. And my fat for the day is not finished up yet because I haven't added the beef that I'm going to have tonight. But I love my veggies, and they still fit. And I am able to have them. If you're curious as to what I ate today for lunch, I took a picture, and it's on the Facebook Pearls of Wisdom and Food page. Some of you may wonder where I came up with my name, Pearls of Wisdom. My last name is Pearl. And so I felt that the Pearls of Wisdom moniker matched. Pearls of Wisdom and Food moniker matched because that's who I am. So that's why I came up with that name. And so I'm in a really good space today. It's less than 2 weeks before Christmas. I have my holiday decorations right here in my hand with the candlelit Glade spruce, don't you know? But usually after it's been burning for about 20 minutes, I start sneezing, so I'm sure it's loaded with all kinds of chemicals that smell like spruce. I don't think it's going to be like a spruce tree just chopped down and brought into the house, but there you have it. So I'm in a really good space. I've been doing my, I take my exercise like I take my food. I'm very disciplined and structured about it. And I did Pilates yesterday, so I don't have to do it today. And I had my 2.6-mile walk today. So after that, I will come home and I will, yesterday I instant potted an organic chicken, a whole organic chicken. And so I got like 6 mugs of chicken bone broth that I will have throughout the week. And with the meat, I pulled it all off the bone. And today I'm going to make the cheeseburger soup recipe. I don't put the ketchup, the mustard, the pickles, or anything in it. So it's really like a bean-free chili, but I'm going to shred all that chicken and make the cheeseburger soup recipe, which is basically diced tomatoes, and I use one big can and one smaller can of fire roasted diced tomatoes, and a whole bunch of cool spices, and chicken broth. And I will cook that little puppy up, and that makes a great accompaniment with my either hot or cold bowl of vegetables. In other words, either my salad. I happen to be on a little broccoli slaw run right now, and I will add chopped up cucumber, organic, and chopped up celery to it, and have 1 tablespoon of olive oil on it. That's part of my dinner tonight, and a grass-fed sirloin steak. So it's looking pretty good. And what I am eating for lunch, you can see on the Facebook page. But things are good here, and I'm very, very happy to be following my low-carb, high-fat way of eating. And it just makes it so much easier with the decisions. And I've been having a lot of personal conversations with people that follow my channel and the same food plan, and how we go about doing it, and what got us here. And, you know, it's kind of like, okay, I'm on this program, and I respect anybody's food programs. What I try to deal with are the behaviors and how to get discipline and structure and satiety out of what you're eating, and also being at ease and comfort with what you're eating. And it's not just for the duration, but this is something that you're doing that you feel can last a lifetime. So whatever it is, good for you. And I hope that this is a painted with a broad brush show for you, where just because I'm doing something my way doesn't mean that you can't do it your way and be successful. And, you know, if you can Google just about any recipe. Say you're a vegetarian, say you're a vegan, say you're, like I am, a carnivore that does low carb, high fat. Anything, you can find recipes for anything. And some of the recipes that I use are vegan or are vegetarian, but most of them seem to have eggs in them and maybe some cheese. So maybe I don't have the vegan thing going. But it's what you eat that, and the quality of what you eat. You want to be very careful about what you eat, what they ate before you ate them. In other words, an egg. You want a pasture-raised organic chicken that was eating grass and insects. That's what you want to have had them eat before you eat them. You don't want a feedlot sort of either the animal meat or the eggs with lots of corn-based feed. You don't want that, because then you're going to have that. Because what they eat, you eat. And it just could have all kinds of things in it that, like, who knows, right? So based on the who knows, I try to steer clear and go for organic and grass-fed. And so today I'm very, very lucky, because I'm doing what I want to do. And I'm not entering a food program so I can get away with something that could be a binge food, could be a trouble food, could be a trigger food, could be something that leads me down a pathway, a gateway food, all of those sort of things. Like I couldn't be, I have to steer clear of desserts. And why? Because they are a trigger. My head doesn't know that it's not made with wheat. My head doesn't know that it's not a can of it's not a can of frosting versus having a keto dessert, which is all high fat. To me, it trips and lights up my craving trigger center, my pleasure center of my brain. And so I have to be very careful of that. So I'm fat adapted, and I'm also sugar free. So I'm not seeking a sugar alternative dessert at the end of my food plan. It's just too, that and grains, alternative grains are just too risky for me. I just know that. And so I sometimes, watch people make desserts and everything that would be, legal with my food plan, but I can't go there. And it's not boo-hoo for Sarah. It's, I know I can't go there, and good for them. And yeah, I'm a little jelly, but it's not worth it for me. And so if I stick with the it's not worth it for me, I'm in a good space. If I start dancing with that devil and and that alternative is wink, wink, winking at me, I could be in trouble. And I don't want to be in trouble. I love my food plan the way that it is. And I also posted, not to be vain, but just to show you that it works, a picture of me that I took in my bathroom mirror this morning of my 66-year-old body to show you that I'm enjoying what keto allows me to have for a body. Even with the wrinkles and the sagging skin, I'm very happy with it. So I'll close for here. Hop over to the Facebook page if you want to see what I ate today and what I look like today. And have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Bye-bye for now.